If you had to guess, what would you say is the best resource for call center agents to develop their communication and cross-cultural skills? If you thought it was coaches, you were right. That's the good news. The bad news is, coaching is one of the most misused resources for talent development and quality improvement in the call center industry. In this video, we will explore why current coaching practices have limited impact on agent performance and how these can be significantly improved without adding coaching time. Meet Dora. She has been working as a customer service agent for a global bank for the last 6 months. Dan, her team leader, provides feedback to her every week for 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how busy they are. Typical coaching sessions are based on a randomly selected call and incorporate everything from compliance to behavior to product accuracy. The sessions elicit from the agent what they thought went well, what they thought they could improve. Then feedback is provided by the coach on things that could be improved for next time. Finally, the session ends with a commitment to make changes in line with the feedback. Do you notice a problem with any of that? It seems a pretty standard, sensible way to give feedback on the face of it. But is this really developing the skills, proficiency, and competency of our agents in the best way? The research would suggest not. In coaching theory, there are two main approaches to coaching. One, behavioral coaching. Essentially, you give someone feedback on behaviors you want them to change. Two, skills coaching. An opportunity for individualized training based on diagnosis done on several representative calls, in which each session feeds into a longer-term learning pathway. Behavioral coaching is essential to ensure that agents follow compliance and standards. You don't want them offering $1,000 rebates to every customer. But without skills coaching, you miss the opportunity to develop the agent's skills in the main thing they are being asked to do: communicate with your customers. This isn't to say that coaches aren't aware that their agents struggle with language and culture, but without the skills to train language and cultural proficiency, many coaches revert to behavioral coaching methods to address language issues, with disastrous results. Instead of building the skill set of the agent, coaches will typically provide feedback on language errors and communication mismanagement by telling them what they should have said. While this is well-intentioned and meant to help the agent, it actually ends up limiting their language choices and making them sound more scripted and robotic. In some centers, this practice is so ingrained that the agents write out their own scripts or verbiages, memorizing specific phrases and applying them to any call context. Researchers in call center interactions have found that the more reliant the agent is on scripts, even if they are their own scripts, the less likely they are to adapt to customers and achieve a good call if the situation is complex or sensitive. At the end of the day, customers don't want to talk to robots. They call because they want a human interaction, and you can't fix that with more scripts. Coaches spend hours each week on formal and informal coaching sessions. Now imagine if some of this resource was applied to developing communication and cultural awareness. What might the impact be? The answer is enormous. In pilot studies where two groups of agents received the exact same amount of attention, but one received weekly coaching sessions focusing on communication development, and the other received weekly sessions with business-as-usual coaching, the first group outperformed the second group in every metric consistently within 1 month. Not only that, but groups who were bottom performers on the customer satisfaction metrics were outperforming top performers within 3 months, and even outperforming onshore agents. In studies across India and the Philippines, and with different customer groups from Australia, the UK, the US, and Canada, the results tell the same story. Within a short period of time, with agents who have consistently performed subpar, simply by changing the focus of the coaching session, not adding any additional time, you can have a significant and sustained impact on customer satisfaction, sales, resolution, collections, and so on. The sessions help the agents to experience a clear connection between what they are learning and how their service impacts the customer. So the message here is to take advantage of this powerful resource in your center. The knock-on effects are obvious. Agents and coaches are happier. Agents feel developed and can track their learning on a pathway rather than as unrelated sessions, thereby improving job satisfaction. Satisfied employees are less likely to leave a company. The cost, quality, and efficiency impact has the potential to be huge. Contact Future Perfect to find out more about the research or to set up a trial and proof of concept for BUPLAS coaching.